Hello people, if you are joining and when you do join, welcome in to the live. Just bear with me a couple of minutes while people come in and I sort all the background stuff out, and feel free to ask questions as much as or as little as you want, guys. How are we doing? Hopefully this is on. Yes it is. What's another crazy day, eh? Goes from good to bad to good to bad. People's emotions are everywhere. I believe. Right. I think I'm on. It says I'm on. Sorry guys, bear with me, I just got to wait for my side to catch up a little bit. Okay, where should we start? No, we won't start with money supplies, I don't think. I think we'll start with Bitcoin, to be fair. Might be maybe what people want to hear or see the most, and altcoins obviously. Right. Not showing that I'm actually on a live yet, guys, but that just could be on my side. So, but yeah, I'm on. There we go. Takes a while. I've got a big delay on that when it comes to showing that I'm on. Do apologise. So, how are we doing for one? Let's get that chat. But how are we doing, Robert? How's everything? I'm lazy, but anyone else see a bearish rising wedge on? We went through that yesterday. I'll show you. Know what? We might as well. Can you already see it in the background? I went through that yesterday, so we'll update on that today. And we'll just get other people alerted that we're on, guys, and the more questions, usually the more questions the better it'll end up being, right? I would have thought. We'll see. There we go. Bitcoin crypto live started. Hello. Right, so let's just go through that one anyway. So as you can see, we went through this yesterday, and I did say this is something extremely important for us to be watching out on. So yes, you are right. That's drawn a bit incorrectly, but anyway, that might have been a different time frame I was looking at. So yeah, we do have that rising wedge there on Bitcoin, and I did say, and I keep stressing even to this day, we need to invalidate this if we want to really start shifting structure on this market. Evening Tim, how are you? So yeah, we do need to change this structure. So we've got a larger time frame against a smaller time frame overall. So if we're to go and look at the 1 day and the 1 week and so forth, we had the first breakout on Bitcoin in, I think it was 64 days from its downtrend. So we could basically say that the downtrend started from this date and the breakout was here. So 64 days. Then this is a bit of a wide broadening wedge, right? So we've got a bit of a falling wedge here and we've got a rising wedge here. So bullish, bearish. It's a bull versus bear fight. It's the biggest bull versus bear fight probably since 2022, to be honest, guys. It's really significant here. We're in a lot of do or die moments, but if we're looking at the glass half full, we've got the breakout of longer term downtrend. We do have the daily EMA reclaimed as well. Fingers crossed. So the positive outlook, we have got that breakout, and it could just be, if we were to take away this rising wedge, a breakout retest, right? That's what it could be. At best, guys, what we want, the best case scenario here is Bitcoin does invalidate this bearish pattern. Invalidating bearish patterns is usually quite a significantly bull sign. But then what we do want is obviously Bitcoin dominance to fall at the same time. We don't really want Bitcoin dominance to start breaking above 62, 63% again. It's just going to be a right pain in the bum. Are these lives recorded to watch on the... Yeah, they are. They get uploaded into the channel, mate, and you can watch them back at any time. Obviously, lives, you're watching them back, obviously a bit delayed, but you want to watch them for just purpose sake, then absolutely. So what we wanting is Bitcoin to increase and its dominance to decrease. That's what we want. If Bitcoin was going to fall out of this area, if dominance fell with it, it wouldn't be as painful for the alt market, right? So the worst case scenario is Bitcoin falls and its dominance increases. Then we're in a bit of trouble once again, guys. We're in a bit of trouble once again. So again, a good question. Oh, sorry, mate. Turn it down a bit. My bad. Might be better now. Might be better. Good question though. And any other questions on patterns, whatever charts and stuff, please feel free to shoot them out. There has been a bit more positive outlooks on a few coins and a few cryptos here and there. But what we did receive today and yesterday, we finally got the total to breakout and back in. So if we are to go a little bit on the lower time frame just here at this current moment, if we just, let me just take that off for a second, and if we just have a little look here. So we had a breakout above and we did collapse back below, swing failure, and we've got a breakout below, and what we bulls are hoping for is we obviously get a break back above. We're in a little bit of a bad moment for the midweek now. Bulls are trapped, bears could be trapped, and the trap really would show if we just ended up doing this a little bit, right? So we started coiling off from these two positions. I mean, if you have oh, sorry guys, what's going on here? If we just go back, and let me close that down. If you can see here, altcoins are trying for it once again, but both positions have been trapped. So large leverage over risk longs in that position. You know, they're a bit snookered, and extremely over risked large shorts here. I would be worried if a FOMO short here, because knowing what market it can do, I will be a bit worried on a higher leverage short as well at the same time, especially well the broader term over 2 weeks is you know, there's a low and there's your higher low into a horizontal, higher low, higher low, higher low, and still would be considered a higher low on the market. So that's why I'm not really a big fan of reactive trading. I mean, there's a lot of patrons that sometimes might watch these back, and I like to anticipate. I do like to get in at good supply and demands. Reactive trading, I've always not been favourable of, to be fair. Said who, top's not validated yet. Where? What? Looks like people were right. The top's in or... Oh, right. No, then people probably not right in many ways, to be fair, mate. A lot of these people calling tops never called the low. That's something that I would ensure that people go and check back on track records of people. Many alts have not even gone to tops. So again, you can be glass half full, glass half empty. The alt market hasn't performed besides a couple of coins. We're not going to class meme coins, guys. That meme coins ruined the cycle already. So yeah, the alt market itself didn't actually get going. Bitcoin got going. You know, Ethereum didn't even break highs properly. Solana got going. XRP got going. XLM, HBAR, a couple of others. But as a whole, the alt market didn't even get going. So yeah, I wouldn't really say the top's in. Massive profits on it. Yeah, guys, profits in general in the group itself. The links in the bio as well, and all that good stuff. But we've absolutely gained it for the past 2 weeks. And again, it all started because well, there we go. That little dot just here, guys. This is where me and my guys went long on the market. If you want to go and verify things, please feel free to come and join us for a couple of days and find out. But pretty much right there, we got into this market on longs. And that's what I mean. This is the type of position that I want to go long on. I don't necessarily want to go too short here either. And I did do this yesterday. My short chances, if we are to potentially look at a really juicy short, I'm personally going to be eyeing it up. Chance one, I'm going to be eyeing it up in this level. Maybe we could even still get a peak to rise. So obviously the more it peaks, the more volatile this move could become. Maybe we could get something like that. I mean, this is just all guesswork on this point, guys. But when it comes to shorts itself, I'm definitely going to try and chance a couple here. And that would be between 92.8 into 93.7. You can even go on the top side as well. But I have a rule. When I find some form of block or order, I always go 50% of the way in. So if I'm going to go short, I'll go 50% of the way in. If I go long, I'll go 50% of the way in and pull the stop loss below. Just how I like to do things. So someone who hasn't bought altcoins, Bitcoin or ETH, would you tell them to wait to buy? Right, no, if someone's not bought altcoins already, I'll tell you what I'm up to. I can't tell anyone what else to do. I'm still buying larger cap coins, right? So I've positioned myself quite healthily on things like ICP, for example. Render, I know it's not a large cap, but I bought a lot more Render, I bought more OP. What I would say to anyone, if you just started, these markets are very, very low in the alt market. You now have good time to dollar cost average into strong coins first, you know, utility coins with a good team, good use case. I love low caps and I would always chance low caps, but you only need a fraction of a cost for a low cap to reward you extremely well. What I've noticed overall over the past 2 years, people have gone seriously balls to the walls on low caps and neglected large caps altogether, and never once have myself or many other influencers probably instigated that. So, do you hold any meme coins? I do, but I'm not the meme coin guy. But I hold Pepe, I hold Doge, I hold a bit of Popcat now, and I hold, what was the other one? Dogs. I hold a coin called Dogs as well. And I think that might be it, guys. There might be other ifs and buts, but I don't think there's many more that I do. I'm not really into meme coins, and I just basically, meme coins, I just try and buy them low and hopefully all the best type of situation. You're not on TikTok anymore? No, mate. The thing's a cesspool of rubbish. I do videos on there still, but unfortunately, these TikTok lives are just unusable, mate. And to be honest, I think the better audience and I think the better traders are on this platform as well, if I'm honest. And I think I could learn, not trading, I could learn from the trading, but their editing, the way that they're doing their videos and their lives. There's some really, really good accounts on YouTube compared to TikTok, and that's not a diss. I think that's just a reality. Is VRA a meme? It's not a meme, no, actually. It's actually got utility. It's ad fraud, AdSense, all that type of stuff. Some quite big partnerships as well. Just the tokenomics is the issue, you know. Thanks for the likes there, whoever hit that button, guys. I've been reading up as well on the algorithm of YouTube and stuff, and the hearts and the likes do help. So feel free to give it thumbs up, hit the loves, and retweet it if you want. People, retweet it. Right, going to do a poll as well. Will Bitcoin pump by end of week? Let's see if people want to come in, and I want to see what we're going to get at the end of this. There we are. Let's just have a look. It's going to be interesting. I want to see what the voting process is, and maybe the bigger my channel becomes, guys, we can use these polls as sentiment checks as well. Don't get me wrong, 50-50 is very, very close voting. You won't get much sentiment out of that. But if there is a lopsided poll, probably go the other way, if I'm honest. Obviously use technical analysis to help you. But yeah, thanks for the support, guys, over on the new channel. Where would we go? Right, we've just done this one, I believe. Total 2, total 3. I think this is what we've just been speaking about just a minute ago, about traps. Bulls are trapped, bears are, well, not trapped yet. Bears are still kind of in the lead if we don't close above. But yeah, bulls trapped, bears trapped, and I think it could be a really slow burn into the weekend here now, guys. Let's do a bit of hopium as well, and again, if you want to put questions in, I will get to them as soon as possible. So M2, basically it's the money supply outside of private banking in a nutshell, if we're going to go through this. So it's the available cash and liquidity everywhere else, okay? And currently in the US there is nearly 22 trillion. Well, it tells you right there in blue, duh. But there's nearly 22 trillion ready to go. Double top potentially forming. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is how a money supply visual would look. Like, we don't really, I'm not going to look at it in terms of a resistance, so to speak. But currently there is maybe that little bit of a double top there in money supply, and if that does start dropping, that can be a really good sign for the broader markets. Where that money flows to, you know, no one can tell you exactly where. What we are hoping is we get a lot of it into crypto, but there's a lot of money sat on the side. The last time, where did it peak? Just here. So 2020. I wish I could load this up. It only lets me do the monthly on this. I'll have to load up a new chart. 2020 was also an all-time high, and we did actually have a steep drop as the bull happened, but because I'm on the monthly time frame, obviously the time frame confluence is overriding that. But there was a drop in 2020 on that money supply that did help the markets. Europe, again, no double top here. There is a high on the money supply of Europe. So, you know, Europe does have quite a lot of available cash at hand, you know, 15.5 trillion. That is not a bad number. And then we've got China. China, 320 trillion. Now, don't read too much into that per se. A lot of that is, I don't want to go too far into it, but the economy itself is not exactly great. So we'll see. But 21 trillion just here, 15 trillion here. We've got a lot over in China, where they're allowed to spend that money, if that makes sense. I don't want to say too much, but where the citizens are allowed to put that money is another question altogether. GameStop, I know GameStop has bought more Bitcoin, and GameStop has actually been performing today and yesterday. Well, GME, well, I don't know why I did that. Just here, guys. So it's doing well anyway, because we chanced GameStop down here at 10s, and then we chanced it at 17 as well, I believe it was. We got a bit of a white line there. That might be something. Oh, that was the breakout. So we bought on the bottom here, and then we ended up buying at 16, 17 on the breakout, and we're slightly up, so we're doing all right. Posters actually closed just below the pump today, so expect a bit of a retrace in the morning, but fingers crossed GameStop can keep moving. Lossless, a coin that ended up getting put into ST, I think, special treatment on KuCoin. When a coin goes into ST, it's not, you know, it can cause a lot of concern. Also, Lossless got hacked a while ago, and the whole point of Lossless is it's actually a security protocol that when someone does get hacked, they go and basically, obviously, intercept that hack. So if the team is still around and still developing, then I'm happy. If not, then, you know, the things will turn into a dust bag. We okay if Bitcoin hold 86k? Yeah, kind of, because that would still hold us above the daily breakout trend, and it would just be considered a breakout retest and move. A breakout retest is an extremely common play, guys. It really, really is extremely common. Even though they happen all the time, a lot of people obviously struggle to get used to it, but it is a normal type of procedure. UBX, yeah, it probably looks pretty dead right now, to be fair. Same with a lot of low caps. Too many people are reading too much into low caps right now. And the other problem is he's probably not doing enough on large caps while the markets are low, where everyone's just staring at low caps still. So there is a lower low just here on UBXX, so not the greatest of sights. That was my original entry, so now I'm below actual entry just here. Did have a really, really nice run, and then obviously has gone to pot. Blame meme coins as well for a lot of it. It's sucked the liquidity out of everywhere else in the market. Just because it's broken below doesn't mean it's a rug pull, doesn't mean it's dead or anything like that. If the team is still around, then it's alive. If the team are not around, then you're on a dead project, yeah. Layer AI did something similar. So Layer AI had a breakdown, and then it had a really big rocket ship back up. I think struggling again, but it did have a big boost. It's a low cap coin. So I'll tell you what, guys, here's one thing I would say about low cap coins. If the chart's looking like that and it's worth next to nothing, well then clearly you're not really that bullish on it anyway, because if you were buying it and not selling it, then the chart necessarily wouldn't look that way. Waiting for something before buying more injective. Why? Because we've already been, well, our lowest point at the moment was 76 to 77, so there isn't much difference between 76 and 75. So I don't know, that's entirely up to you, but you'll just don't be in a position where you say to yourself, oh, I'm waiting for 75 comes, and you say I'm waiting for 73, 70, you know what I mean? I hear it happens all the time, I see it all the time, so try not to be in that type of thought process. Injective was low just the other day. We were looking at injective on a live 2 days ago, weren't we, guys? We could have got a nice trade on that, so that was a potential trade I was putting out. It's not out yet, by the way, so at this moment in time, I mean, is injective going to go much lower than there, right? It's much lower than this block if Bitcoin was to drop to 75. That will all depend on its dominance type of thing. So yeah, injective not long ago was on a good buy. And what I always say to people, if you can, is what's your favorite coins, what's your go-to coins? Maybe pick 5 to 10, because there's loads of coins out there that we all want, but pick 5 to 10 and be ready. You know, be ready on these type of drops. If you like it, why not buy there? If your long-term mindset, that is long-term mindset, it kind of takes you away from being catching a falling knife type of character. If you're just doing it based on trade alone and you want a really quick profit, then catching falling knives normally ain't the best thing to do. Evening, the mechanic. How are you, pal? How is everything? Welcome in. But hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to pop. It's just who remembers the Capo days, you know? And Capo was so close to being right as well. One of his short targets was 28k per Bitcoin, and originally it was like 28k a Bitcoin. I'm going completely into crypto, and then it went to 25, and then it was 20, then it was like 10, and before you know it, market rallies off to 108 grand a coin, and then he flipped bullish at 100 grand. So you've got to be careful. Will it get hard to buy Bitcoin in the next bit? What do you mean by hard? It's never hard to buy Bitcoin, and that's one of the beauties of Bitcoin. So, you know, you can buy sats, you can buy a portion of a Bitcoin. Will it be hard to buy a full Bitcoin? Well, it already is for many people. It's basically the cost of some, well, maybe not, maybe I'm stretching here, but I was going to say it's going to cost the same as some houses. But it's hard to buy Bitcoin because of its price, you know. But let's just, oh, here we go. Bitcoin dominance is on the rally again. That's not what we want to see. Let's just see what Bitcoin's doing as dominance goes up. 1 second, guys. Okay, whatever. Right, if we just head over onto the weekly time frame, this is nothing. You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this instead. Right, 300k per Bitcoin. So let's say we get to 300k per Bitcoin in this market. If we go to all the previous drops on Bitcoin, so we had a 77% drop, and we had a 84% drop. So we could say that the drops are diminishing, well, are lower and not as big, and the gains are diminishing as well on the top side. But let's just say even if we went to 300k, right, that would be a very normal drop. People won't believe it, right? You get to 300k and everyone's going to go, it's going to 500, it's going to a million, it's going to all this type of stuff. Okay, the pullback, it's only going to go to 175, it can't go to 80. Oh, it could, and it could go even lower if we're going to copy other markets. So could you imagine that? You know, potentially at 300 grand Bitcoin, peak bull, and then it still falls down to 63. So yeah, this is why front running and early advantage moves are very important. Got to remember, guys, the trend is still on. The trend is way intact on many different types of visuals. So let's just say we did do a 300 grand per Bitcoin. this cycle, a normal pullback, it would still be extremely costly for a normal person to buy at 96 grand. Some people might just be tuning in going, yo, what's this moon boy up to? It was just an example, and let's just say we go to maybe a bit more realistic target of 180k, right? And we're gonna go and get a 60 odd percent drop. That takes us into them 60 odd k levels, and if we're gonna mimic anything similar to the last run, that could still drop you down to 42. But what we often get a lot of people, when we do get these big breakout confirmations, people are still calling them ridiculous drops from that point. But magically, when we head up here, there isn't many brave enough to start pointing arrow back down there. So, there's a time and a place, isn't there, really? The supply. So that you will always be able to. Again, so with supply, and the supply is obviously limited, but the supply is limited, and that's what makes Bitcoin beautiful, because if people are buying, then the price will naturally go up. There's not many other ifs and buts around Bitcoin compared to altcoins and what the project might do, the team might do. Are they going to burn some tokens? Are they going to mint some tokens and all that type of stuff? There isn't that much to think about with Bitcoin, which is its own beauty in its own regard. So yeah, that the less supply, the higher the price. In a nutshell. Obviously, miners play a big part of that. Institutions play a big part of that, and we play a part of that as well. The thing is, people do retail, no matter what, when they come in, are they going to want to? Is Bitcoin appealing to them? Because you can buy 0.0001 of a Bitcoin, right? Which I think a lot of people are going to have to start doing in the near future. So in the UK, we've just been told that the average house, it costs 265,000, and within the next couple of years, it's going to cost 295, right? And has anyone ever felt in your housing market? I know America works slightly different to England, but maybe the British folk. Have you ever felt when you're nearly ready with your deposit and you're nearly ready to buy a house, you're nearly there, but the next year the houses jump in price like no tomorrow, and it's like you're always behind? You want that dream house, it goes away. You want that dream house, it goes away. Then at some point you got to settle. Bitcoin reminds me similar, right? Like, it's strange. No one, when the markets are dire, when this happens, 3,000 to 4,000 per Bitcoin now sounds extremely cheap, but people back there probably weren't in a position to do so, right? And then it's worth X amount, like a lot of money. So no one wants to buy it there anyway, because again, you've got other things to purchase. Then obviously 17 grand, but then magically people are not in a position to buy again. Something's bad with the economy, COVID, all these type of things. Anything could be happening, and then obviously that rally comes, but now no one can obtain it now. Well, not the minions like us, is because it's worth too much. So yeah, it's always like it's running off. There's an opportunity and it runs off. There's an opportunity, it runs off. Altcoins, this is why altcoins are appealing. One, higher risk market, usually more reward. If we are going to look at it from that aspect, in that sense. Now these charts are getting a bit scruffy again. What I might do, because it's not much to it, I might just clean it up and delete it. 1 second. Right, so we are diminishing on returns, but it still could be pretty significant. So let's just go from here. That's a 10,000% rally on Bitcoin. From COVID, we had a 1,600, and then from here we're currently at a 5, right? So what I'm gonna do as well is just take that off, and then we're just gonna go from high. What was this one, for example? We won't go on Bitfinex and go and look at 2011 and 14 and stuff. But that was a 240 from previous high to high. Realistically, what are the realistic targets for Bitcoin? Is bull? Is it now? Is the top in? But it's not in for, that means altcoins didn't have an alt season. Would we say 180 for Bitcoin? Would we say that's realistic? And then at the same time, would it be diminishing. So we're going to go from previous high. That would only be 168%, not only, but from previous high. So it would be diminishing, which is a good sign because it still shows it's feasible. You know, it's not different this time. It's staying within the realm of being lower each time. And if we're going to kind of match it, we're looking at 230s, you know. And it could be different this time. I don't know what BlackRock can do in theory to Bitcoin, if I'm honest, you know. But we do still see these type of targets this cycle. I'm not saying it couldn't do it in the very, very distant future, but we would be basically being it's different this time, and we would be invalidating the diminishing returns. Don't know if anyone's ever seen Plan B's rainbow chart and all that type of stuff. You know, it's just kind of showing that yes, there's still many highs to go, but it is tapering off. Hopefully that makes sense for a lot of people. Right, what's the poll saying? Right, will Bitcoin pump by the end of the week? 54% currently on a yes and 46% on a no. Okay. Right, what's going on? Oh, guys, well, I've got yous. Don't forget as well, I am partnered with Blowfin. We have got a $5,000 sign-up bonus on and a $9,400 trade bonus on. Please feel free to go and read the actual poster properly. But what you would do is go onto my Twitter, click on the link, my link, sign up, deposit, start trading, and start matching the requirements. And you could be earning some extremely nice bonuses. No, you wouldn't actually be getting a Rolex, by the way, but it's an equivalent price of a base and Rolex. But yeah, so feel free to go and look into it. That's over on my Twitter, and it's on here actually. It's below the link somewhere. Anything else, people? Well, we're here. Well, probably for the next half an hour to hour. This is an interesting one. So if no one has this up in the background today, feel free. Not feel free. Do this on your own charts. Load up that 1 hour on Total 2. Get yourselves onto TradingView, guys. Load up Total 2 and just put a line horizontally here and a line horizontally. Well, mine's a bit bad there, guys. 1 second. Let me just move the box. This is where I originally had it. So I basically had it on. Oh my days. 1 second. Right, let's get rid of that. Oh, it's on a lock. I don't know how I did that. I originally had it about here. So let's just see what happens. So, is it going to be a trap, both ends, or do the Bears win today? Well, they are winning currently today. Did say this as well, and again, go and follow us on different socials. Even if you're not in the Patreon, you will still get bits and bobs over on Twitter. And I did mention something earlier today. Let's just have a look. There we go. It was just here. So did a little bit of an update at that kind of high there on Bitcoin, just basically saying be cautious today. We could have a bigger drop, and we did. We ended up breaking just below this level just here. It's just a normal support resistance, guys. It doesn't mean it's over with. Doesn't mean it's done and dusted. There's a long way to go. Oh, something else I wanted to show you actually is BlackRock with Ethereum again. 1 minute. Let's just head over back onto here. BlackRock. Here we go. So, BlackRock with Ethereum, they've got a big spike in their how much capital's been deployed. We're talking like 1.8 billion into Ethereum, like recently, like this month. So, I don't know what they know. Do they know something that we don't? But there has been a big significant spike in BlackRock interest and capital inflow to Ethereum, bigger than any other time. So that takes me into the kind of do as they do, not as they say type of thing, if that makes sense. Like, what do the big money know that we don't know? Why are they stacking and we're not? As a majority, why are they stacking and retail's not stacking? A little bit like Warren Buffett, he buys things when no one is expecting, and he sells at really good times as well. He sells when no one's wanting to sell. So, what do the big guys know? Welcome into the 18. How are yous? How is everyone? What? This guy, man, never retweets nothing. He always likes me stuff, never retweets anything of me. 100,000 followers on his account doesn't help me out. Cheers, bro. So, again, I've not moved this line. This line has been here the whole time. This line is formed on a daily and free day. And again, we've got that bit of a breakout just there. This is on total free. So this is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. If anyone wasn't sure, total 2. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, look at that. Right. So total 2 is everything but Bitcoin. And total 3 is everything but Bitcoin and Ethereum. So basically everything else. Interesting. Look, there we are for now. Anyway, let's not jump out the bed. That's look where the other rejection was as well. Look right there. Whoa, some market making going on right here. That is that's pinpoint. That's insane. Love it. So we've got come on. Right, let me just update in the Patreon as well. Upgrading to can't. Sorry, something was just being asked in the group there, guys. Get on this YouTube, mate, and I'll help you. You're probably one of the best crypto live streamers I've seen. So much information. Keep it. That's a very, very big compliment. You know what? I am screenshotting that if you don't mind, brother, and I'm gonna put it on my socials. I will get better at them. I still need to get an overlay. You know, make it look a bit prettier, make it look a bit more professional. But yeah, that's a big compliment. I'm only 3 days into live streams, so yeah, I do appreciate that, mate. Feel free to share it on your socials, share it in your groups, hit the love button, do some likes, all the good stuff, you know. But yeah, that's a nice compliment, mate. I do appreciate it. I'm going to be vastly different on YouTube than I was on my TikTok days, if anyone remembers them days. I had a gripe on TikTok. It's just the platform itself just always gave me the EBGBs. But there's some friggin' high caliber people on YouTube. I know that. I'm not stupid. Bitboy in a slime. Yo, guys, did anyone see that today? Right. I did say for 2025, I'm going to be so much more positive and I'm not going to laugh at a downfall. And it's not laughing or anything like that, but I woke up this morning and Bitboy's in prison. But with no bond. Like, where was it? Man, I do talk some crap. Right, here we go. I was like, good morning, guys. Blah, 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 boom. And there he is. Like, but he's got no bond. I thought he did something really bad. Like, so supposedly what he's done, he's threatened a judge. So, like, I don't know. I've not really looked too much into it. But supposedly you threatened a judge. I mean, if there's a few people in life you don't threaten, and here's some off crypto advice in my opinion anyway, is don't threaten a judge, don't threaten a police officer, especially in America, and don't threaten a guy with cauliflower ears. Right? So you see guys with cauliflower ears, leave the man alone, right? There's 3 people that you don't tempt fate with, and that's usually them. So don't know what's going on there, but wild, guys, wild. Oh, as I was scrolling past, I just reminded myself as well, what I've actually done, I've done a Brave discount in the Patreon. It only works for new people, it only works for new names. It's an automatic thing, it's not me, and it's only for the first month. But until Ethereum hits 4K, use promo code E50 if you ever want to join us over in Patreon, and you get 50% off your first month. And I've decided to move that and extend it all the way through to when Ethereum hits 4K a coin. Interesting times. But yeah, that's wild. Past Bitboy's video. Yeah, it's just mad. I mean, it's a shame about the derailing of him as well. Don't get me wrong, these markets are tough. life can be tough as well, and obviously he left his wife and all that type of stuff. But I think he could have got better help. But who knows, eh? Who knows what's going on in that head? But I watched you on TikTok also, but your information you give out is very informative. I'm happy you say that, mate, and I just, yeah, I hope for now, for the foreseeable, I can bring good content to the industry. I don't do paid promos and stuff like that. You know, I have my Blowfin, I have the Patreon. Done, let's go. Yeah, I've been offered paid promos many times. I always worry if like someone like Zach, if I ever got big and that Zach guy came for my ass one day. You know what I mean? He's got screenshots of me taking like, you know, like 15 grand just to go and shill a project. I'm like, no, you're not having that on me, mate. What do you think about UVXX, mate? Do you think it will pick up again? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so, mate. A lot of coins now literally just need an alt season. UBX being one of them. So for UBXS is not any different to nearly any other low cap right now. It needs the right market condition now. If not, it won't be recovering, in my opinion. YouTube is much better because you can show charts better. Yeah, yes, we can do that. There's a lot. I know the rules here are a lot more better. You know, there's more we can do. People can't just randomly go and report people for no reason. There's loads of good things about YouTube. I've just never, ever thought I'd ever be on social media, and then I ended up on TikTok first before YouTube, and I'd have stayed over on there. So remember, I used to manage influencers. You know, I used to manage Crypto Busy, who's one of them, and there's a couple of others that I can't really say, or that I did some, you know, stuff with. But you know, I was behind the scenes, and to be at the front of the scenes, it's a bit like, oh crap. Come on. Oh, sorry guys. You know what, while we're on here. So the first week's lives are going to be a bit similar, just for me getting used to things and me getting used to you guys and how the platform is and stuff. Right. Bitcoin, stablecoin dominance. Again, I've mentioned quite a few times. We need to start closing below this green box. If not, then we're always going to be in a little bit of short-term trouble in this current range. Hopefully that's it on the way back down now. We will see. Bit of a trap back down. Come on. But yeah, we really do need USDT.D to keep breaking below. Really do. To be honest, personally, I think... right, what I'm going to do, guys, because I don't know if people can see the chat box when you watch my lives back, so I'll read them out better. But to be honest, personally, what I think, the way you are doing now, you don't need any massive promos. Once you get into large promos, I think they just control you and tell you, yeah, oh, totally agree. I mean, that's if you're allowed to be controlled, right? Right. Okay, let's just say, for example, Solana rang me up tomorrow and went, can you do some promo? Well, yeah, probably. But they're a bigger project, you know what I mean? I think that's an easier one to go with. Whereas something like called Scooby-Doo Coin, you know, messages me saying, you know, let's do some promo. I'll be like, no, definitely not. They do tell you what to do, so to speak. They'll basically say to you, you know, 3 times a month, or, you know, they say what the influencers do, they give them their sheet. That's how it does start. So the influencer will give them their sheet, and it'll be like, listen, if you want me to do 3 mentions this month, it'll be worth this much, type of thing. Alright, mate, just got back in the live. What would invalidate the rising wedge? Well, literally, right, crazy answer, invalidating it, right? So what I mean by that, let's just go with 2. First of all, we are going to need, so I've seen a few different rising wedges here. And I don't mean from me, I mean from the community. I've seen people doing 2 different ones. So what we're going to do, we're going to make top one white, that one there, and then we'll just bring that there, right? So what we're going to be needing, for me, to really secure ourselves out of this wedge, at minimum, we are going to need to close look, I mean, that's where it's already been rejected, right? So we are going to need a closure above 89 point. Right. So if you're ever in the mix like that, just go a bit higher. So just say that we need a closure above 90, right? So we're going to need that break above 90. That really will help it invalidate. But the proper invalidation, if you want the proper one, probably here. So you're looking at 93. So proper invalidation, probably looking at 93, guys. Remember, trends are great, but you always focus on supply and demand more than anything first, right? Candlestick reading, yeah, great. You know, maybe I'm on much higher time frames as well. You know, 1 minute and 5 minute time frames, I just don't really put much emphasis on them. Patterns are better, but a pattern is a probability, obviously. And then you've got liquidity. So where's it hunting? Where, you know, where's that support? Where's the resistance? Where's the supply, and where's the demand? So demand being support, supply being considered resistance. So market does work on liquidity more than anything. Then trends and all that type of stuff. So always focus on horizontals. So again, I will, and this is just me. You don't have to do this. And my Patreons, they'll know we're on a 2-week winning spree here. I'm not joking. We're on a massive winning spree once again on our trades. And I'm eyeing this level up for a short, if I'm honest. And I don't, you know, I'll end up shorting altcoins probably instead of Bitcoin. So that's level 1, where I really think Bitcoin is going to try and hunt. And you know what? At minimum, what I'm probably going to try and consider is maybe just a short-term double top. Shorting the market on futures, guys, doesn't mean that you're bearish, like as a perma bear. And longing the market on futures doesn't make you a mega bull. You know, you're just trading what's around. You're just trading what you see. And then the next one, difficult, but you probably got this one here as well. So these are them 2 next big levels that we're going to be looking into for Bitcoin. And then, you know what, we'll make them red, I'm assuming. Should we do that? Something like that. Make them red, and red, and down here, ish, and then make this green. Yeah, so that's unfortunately the crappy range that we're kind of stuck in. So the reality is that could happen and still be bullish, right? It's insane how things can happen and things can change. So these are our warning areas, and this, if we did fall back into here, I'll be looking at going long or basically adding some more to my spot portfolio. Yeah, the big up. So Lucas, like we've just mentioned that before, actually, my man. But yeah, you've got the big giant. Well, not a giant, but we've got a daily time frame falling wedge that Bitcoin is still broken out. So it's basically shorter time frame bear versus higher time frame bull. Again, doesn't mean too much just yet, because we do need to really start shifting structures on this market. So you got breaker structures, change of characters, you got your liquidities, there's a load of other things that we could be looking into. I don't want to bore you all on my first week and all that, so I'm currently in a Bitcoin long. What do you think? How high? Well, hopefully that answered it. So my Bitcoin long's already locked in, right? So my long is from here. And again, there'll be Patreons on here, or if you're in my group, you'll already know. So basically went long here, and then I did a written up call, I think here, right? So long 2, long 1. Both of my trades are secured, right? So when I say secured, this one's in really good profit, which I'm not going to say, but it's in good profit, and I secured the trade around about 85, which was lucky, and I pulled my stop loss just below this block, so the trade ended up surviving. And it's still on, and I've taken more profit, so I've taken about 40 or 50% out of the trade. This one, I'm about 30% out of the trade, so I've just been pulling it. The next level, again, will be here. We'll be into around that 92 to 94 area. I wish I could navigate futures better. I'm a bit biased on shorts or long to try trade. What's there? Right, what I would say to anyone, if you're ever going to give futures a go, first of all, go and get yourself some bonus. So what I mean by that is go and head over onto my Twitter, go and get some bonus, go and deposit, and you'll end up getting some cash back on the bonus sign up. 10%, long story short, of up to 50 grand. Now, use the bonus funds to futures trade. Okay, you might as well just use bonus funds and get used to it, right? Then after that, your first year, if possible, just really use a low account. You know, I've seen people in the past like put more in futures than onto sport and then obviously blow it up. You can't be biased. You need to say to yourself, well, right, try and plan the journey. I'm going to go long if we close above here. Right, I'm gone long. You could be a bear on the market, but at the end of the day, if there's a sign to go long, you go long. And then I'm a bull on this market. I'm still a bull, but, you know, we shorted Bitcoin up here and around about here. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's just change that in the background. It'll change itself. Do apologise. I'll mute it a second. And, you know, and we're getting to this level and this level, I'm going to chance some shorts. And even though I'm a bull on the market. So, yeah, you can't really have one way biased on futures. So I write loads of calls per week in the group. And sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long. And you can always get a sense that people have just decided to only go one direction, even though there's a few counter trades on and they've not taken any of the others, and vice versa as well. So futures, once you've learned to navigate it, is really easy. What I'll do, maybe close to the weekend or on the weekend, I'll load up a demo account, like as in one of my other bluffing accounts that I've not got much funds on, and we'll do some stuff on there if you want, and we can navigate. If anyone's interested in that, let me know, hit the likes or whatever. But we could do something like that. Why do I say I'm going to use a different bluffing account? One, you know, it's happened on a Zoom call in the past where I've accidentally shown some of the personal information that I didn't want seeing, and it's just one of them. So I had to move everything off that exchange and start up a new one. So it's a bit of safety on my side. My average is 86.5, average on the long here, there. So your long starts here, right there, type of thing. So, you know, tough, as in it's a tough place. It's a little bit of a rock and a hard place trade now. You kind of stuck midway between key demand and key supply, key support and key resistance. So yeah, that's a tough one. What do you think how high it will go before it comes down? But again, I have done an update on Patreon about basically Bitcoin dropping at that level just here a couple of hours ago. So I don't know what your margin is. I don't know what your risk is. I don't know what your leverage is or anything like that. But how high I think it could go before a bad test, again, is in this area. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right. That could have been it, and we're back down to here. If you find, guys, you know, if you find that you are struggling with entries, a couple of months in here will do you a world of good. Just try it. You know, just try. You ain't got much to lose, and you got a lot to gain, if I'm deadly honest. So give it a go, guys, because like I said, our first long is here and our second long is there. When it comes to the shorts, we're going to be shorting when people don't want to short. When we're longing, we're longing when people don't want to long. And usually, over time, that pays off. Big time. What we try and do in many senses is go with big money concepts first, then we go retail type of trading afterwards, right? Retail trading, you know, it's all about, bull flags, pennants, breakouts, FOMO, breakout, you know, all that type of stuff. You know, smart money concepts and all that, it's all about structure. It's your order blocks, it's your liquidity, it's your it's the harsh patterns, not the easy patterns. And basically taking lows on and taking highs on. Do that. Sounds good. Still can't get my head around it. Yeah, I will do. I'll definitely. I'll definitely do that, guys. I will. if you want. Again, once you get used to futures background, it is easy, because most exchanges in crypto, the UI, the user interface is nearly identical. The terminology is very, very similar as well, right? So it'll be getting used to what's a trailing take profit, what's a trailing stop loss, what does take profit, what's stop loss, all these type of things, what's long, what's short, what's reverse, and there's a load of things that at the beginning you'll be like, what's market, what's market order, what's limit order, and all these type of things. But again, in the end, you'll get used to it. Come on it, guys. These 400 people, well, there's about 390, there's about 300 and odd people in there. We've been open for years and years and years. I used to manage big influencers Patreons in the old days before I do my own. Yeah, just give it a go. I mean, you got not much to lose, so come and join us. Any of my Patreons that are on now, they'll tell you how active I am in there. If it's a boring day, I'm in there. If it's an exciting day, I'm in there. If the market's going down, I'm in there. If the market's going up, I'm in there. Come on, Dominance, just stop. Stop. Stables. Right, this is what I'm going to be observing tonight. This is the key observation. So for the next 15 minutes or so, guys, if you've got any queries or requests, feel free to ask. If not, then I'll probably come off in and around the hour. And it's been a good one again. It's been a good one. Good questions as well today. Really good questions. There's anything, you know what? Do a load up the. You know what? Loading up the home button on Twitter is a Russian roulette, isn't it? Right. Oh God, here we go. Nothing happening, and I don't even follow these guys, right? But they just pop up on your thing. I do follow them. Right. Let's come off the home screen. You could be there minding your own business. You can sit on the train, go and load up Twitter, and something's on there that's not supposed to be on there, and you're like, come on, bro. Ooh, tell you what. One of my favourite charts to determine what's to happen and what's to come. HYG, high yield bond market. Used to be called junk bonds. Still hoping that this remains intact. Bit of an inverse head and shoulders there. So we did actually drop slightly below when I was originally observing it, but then we pumped back up, and yeah, we're above for now. 1 second. Okay. And post tomorrow, oh, it's the same as closing price, so nothing to go off there. Interesting anyway. So if anyone wants to start looking into something called the HYG, feel free. Its nickname is the market that knows all, and this chart normally moves before everything else, so keep that in mind. So yeah, I'm gonna have firm eyes on this going into Friday. Also, hopefully, you know, the more followers we get and the more people start tuning in, loads of questions, lots of engagement. Bit like on TikTok, you know, sometimes we can get like 400 people on a live, and it's just non-stop, boom, 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 boom. What could a God candle look like on Bitcoin on a 4-hour? Well, well, what could a God candle on Bitcoin on a 4-hour look like? well, what we would say is this, right? But that's never going to happen. What we could do, right, we're on the 4-hour time frame now. Why was I nearly going to come off the time frame? What an idiot. Right, we're on the 4-hour time frame now. Let's go through a reversal. Right, 1 minute. Let's just go through a reversal. So what we're going to use, what we're going to try and find here is some of them big one-off 4 hours. So that was 11%. None of them would be. We had an 11% of there. Oh, what's that one? 1 minute. That's only an 8. 8%, and everything else is... I'm not seeing much, if I'm honest. So there was an okay one with the wick. 8%. So 11. What should we say? 9% as an average. I don't know if that's how you do that. But well, to be honest, mate, it takes us straight into the block. So yeah. So basically, what I did there, it was an awkward question, and I do like to try and keep things as sensible as possible. So we just took previous and then just mimicked it, and it takes us into there. Promo code. What was the promo code? The promo code was ETH, so Ethereum, but ETH 50. And I'll just show you on here just for a visual one more time, guys. Wherever I put it, I did put it somewhere. Here we go. So the big discount, ETH 50. It's for the first month. The second month does expand and goes into normal. But hey, yeah, and at the end of the day, you give it 3 to 6 months. Do a couple of months in the bad times, do a couple of months in the good times, and really get a sense of it. Don't shy away in bad times, guys. I'm sick of people doing that, to be honest. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. So where could the God candle take us? Up to 95. The thing is, do I want a God candle? You know, what I did say the other day to you is all that I'm wanting a lot of organic moves. I don't really want especially altcoins. I mean, we do want it and we don't want it, don't we? Like I don't want this, right? Because it's not sustainable. Well, point proven, right? It's not sustainable. It's too aggressive. It's too the market there's market conditions, and the market condition is not prompt for that right now. It's the same here. Really aggressive, again, non-sustainable. Really aggressive, non-sustainable. Really aggressive, I'll be saying the same thing, non-sustainable, right? So I don't mind, and this is the problem, everyone else does mind, right? Everyone will mind. I don't mind if we're forming a little bit of a bearishness here, break below, go back within, form a bit of bullishness, go above, go and break some ranges, you know, all that type of stuff. Challenge here, get caught, come back down, go above. I don't mind that because it's more organic, it's more natural. It's just better price action. I'd rather get through April, right, like this, yeah, instead of you know, the top of April's there, okay, and then by the end of April, it's there. It's just a mess, absolute mess. I mean, anything can happen. I'm just saying what I would rather want, and out of my experience of, you know, 15 years of doing this, is what I know is organic and what I know is not organic, and we do want a bit of organicness. Let's just go through. Let's just go through the yesteryears of the good parts of Bitcoin. Oh god, 1 minute. Right, so even COVID in the end was more organic, right? So what I mean by that is this didn't wipe out that and do that, right? That didn't happen. This is hindsight, obviously, but then we can say we got a bit of an inverse there. Then we could say we had a bit of a, you know, well, actually, maybe a bearish pattern there, but we ended up breaking out. Then we came back, and then we came and retested, and we held, and then we had the rally. Then we had the imbalance in the market. So that's called an imbalance areas, where the market just rallies with no return. That's when it happened. But we went through a lot of organic type of moves before doing that. So hopefully that is something that's resonating with people. These things can take time. Something amazing can take time. So that's what we're hoping for the alt market. Go on total free, load this up. You know, that long-term outlook on total free. This is the, you know, these type of things. Breakout, retest into this block, back down, back out, back down, back out, boom, 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 boom. You know, like that. I don't want this. I just don't think it will be good. Here we had a nice type of channel here that was given, well, or a bull flag, you know, some people would call a bull flag there, and we had an ascending RSI, but we had lower lows on the price action. So there's a bullish divergence in your bull flag. Just here, again, little bit of a bull flag, or this, some people consider this a few things, but bull flag here. And again, do we have the divergence on here? We don't currently. We actually don't. There's a low, and there's a lower low, lower 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 low. What does a weekly look like? But nice pattern type of situation. No, we don't have it. Don't always have to have one, by the way, guys. It's just always good to try and locate one. So yeah, something here, breakout, retest, come down, do something organic, do something natural, and then move on up. And that will be it, guys. I'll start coming off and start doing stuff in the group again, or planning some stuff for tomorrow. If you've got any other questions, so let me know if you've got any other questions. Put them in before I do shoot. I know I've got a bit of a time delay on the live, so I will wait a little minute. Just join the Patreon. No worries, brother. How that also works for anyone watching this back. Long story short, give it an hour. It's connected to Discord, so the bot should send you a message on your Patreon inbox to say, voila, here's the invite. If you don't receive it on the inbox, you'll receive it in your email. Then if you don't receive it there, message me. Okay, put a comment on one of my latest videos, or just head over onto here, okay, and just drop me an inbox on there. Or just, if my inbox isn't working, just go on this and go, oi, let me in. But it should, it's all automatic, so there's a bot in there that manages everyone's subscription. Right, guys, well, that's it. And brother, thanks for joining. Can you add friends on here or not? No, you can't do that on YouTube. Shows how little I know about YouTube, eh? But yeah, like I say, mate, any issues in the next hour or so, you can message me on Patreon, or you can message me on any of the socials. I got into Discord, all good. Let me just say, so guys, just so you know, it's all natural and all normal. The gentleman has come on, and I will be able to say, because it's obviously, it's only the first name, S. That's the name, S. So yeah, so you just know it's natural, and it's me, and it's all autonomous and good. Great advice as always. Best 3 years I spent watching you. Oh man, I'm gonna screenshot that as well if you don't mind, mate. Thank you very much. What I'm doing this year is I'm being humble, but I'm building, you know, them type of things again. You know, like the proofs and the good type of lingo and the good talk. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Have a nice rest of your day. You too, guys. Anyone that is joining as well at a later date, take a couple of days getting used to it as well. There's a lot of rooms, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of different personalities, there's a lot of things going on. So yeah, take your time, don't rush anything. Right, thanks for joining, everyone. I will see you in the next one. Like I say, I'm going to commit to 5 a week. I will structure them better in the future and actually have a schedule. But this week I'm on my 3rd or 4th now, so I've got one more. So maybe tomorrow, if not then Friday, guys. But I will let you all know in enough notice on my socials. All the best. Take care. And I'll see you in the next. Ciao.